in the ordinary daily affairs.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapata Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवारि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतं स्वाकतः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृद्यन्तस्तोय भद्राणि विदुनुति सुहृत्सतम् नष्टाप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भागवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of God and Narayana, unto Naranarayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, unto Shri Vyasadeva, the author. I think today is Vyasa Puja or Guru Purnima. So this is really nice. Sri Krishna, the person of Godhead, who is the Paramatma Super Soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Bhagavatam 1-17. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of the service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the person of God who is praised with transcendental song is established as an irrevocable fact. Today we continue Canto 1, Chapter 4, text number 17-18. Bhautikānām ca bhāvānām shakti hrishām ca tatkritam ashraddādānān nihshatvān durmedān rishat rashitayusha durbhagamscha janan vikshya munir divyena chakshusha sarvavarnashramanam yad tadyauhitamamo gadrig Bhautikānam cha, also of everything that is made of matter. Bhavanam, actions. Saktirasham, Shaktirasham, no, Shaktirasham cha, deterioration of natural power, tatkritam, rendered by that, ashraddhan, ashraddha, ashraddadanan, of the faithless, nishatvan, impatient due to want of the mode of goodness, Rashita, reduced, Ayusa, of duration of life, Durbagan, Cha, also the unlucky, Janan, people in general, Viksha, by seeing Muni, the Muni, Divyana, by transcendental, Chakshusha, vision, Sarva, all, Varnashram, Varnashramanam, of all the statues and orders of life, yet what that thou contemplated, hitam welfare, amogadrik, one who is fully equipped in knowledge. Translation. The great sage, who was fully equipped in knowledge, could see through his transcendental vision the deterioration of everything material due to the influence of the age, in duration of life, and would be impatient due to lack of goodness. Thus he contemplated for the welfare of men in all stages and orders of life. Purport. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
The unmanifested forces of time are so powerful that they reduce all matter to oblivion in due course. In Kali Yuga, the last millennium of around of the four millenniums, the power of all material objects deteriorates by influence of time. In this age, the duration of the material body of the people in general is much reduced, and so is the memory. The action of matter has also not so much incentive. Hmm. Hmm. The land does not produce food grains in the same proportion as it did in other ages. The cow does not give as much milk as it used to give formerly. The production of vegetables and fruits is less than before, and as such, all living beings, both men and animals, do not have sumptuous, nourishing food. Due to want of so many necessities of life, naturally the duration of life is reduced. The memory is short, intelligence is meager, mutual dealings are full of hypocrisy, and so on. The great sage Vyasadeva could see this by his transcendental vision. As an astrologer can see the future fate of a man, or an astronomer can foretell the solar and lunar eclipses, similarly, those who can see through the scriptures and foretell the future of all mankind are called liberated souls. They can see thus due to their sharp vision of spiritual attainment. And all such transcendentalists who are naturally devotees of the Lord are always eager to render welfare service to the people in general. They are the real friends of the people in general, not the so-called public leaders who are unable to see what is going to happen 5 minutes ahead. In this age, the people in general are, as well as their so-called leaders, are all unlucky fellows, faithless in spiritual knowledge and influenced by the age of Kali. They are always disturbed by various diseases. For example, in the present age, there are so many tuberculosis patients and TB hospitals, but formerly this was not so because the time was not so unfavorable. These unfortunate men of this age are always reluctant to give reception to the transcendentalists who are representatives of Srila Vyasadeva and selfless workers always busy in planning something which may help everyone in all stages and orders of life. The greatest philanthropists are those transcendentalists who represent the mission of Vyasa, Narada, Madhva, Chaitanya, Rupa, Saraswati, etc. They are all one and the same. The personalities may be different, but the aim of the mission is one and the same, namely to deliver the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead. चातुर्होत्रं कर्म शुद्धं राजानं वीक्ष्य वैदिकं व्याददाद् व्याददाद्यज्ञसन्तत्यै वेदमेकं चतुर्विधं Chatu 4 Hotram sacrificial fires Karma Shuddham purification of work Prajanam of the people in general Vikshya after seeing Vaidikam according to Vedic rites Vyadadat made into yagna, sacrifice, santatyai, to expand, vedam ekam, only one Veda, chatu vidam, in 4 divisions. Translation. He saw that the sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas were means by which the people's occupations could be purified. And to simplify the process, he divided the one Veda into 4 in order to expand them among men. Purport. Formerly, there was only the Veda of the name Yajus, and the 4 divisions of sacrifices were there especially mentioned. But to make them more easily performable, the Veda was divided into 4 divisions of sacrifice, just to purify the occupational services of the 4 orders. Above the 4 Vedas, namely Rik, Yaju, Sama, and Atharva, there are the Puranas, the Mahabharata, Samhitas, etc., which are known as the 5th Veda. Srila Vyasadeva and his many disciples were all historical personalities, and they were very kind and sympathetic toward the fallen souls of this age of Kali. As such, the Puranas and Mahabharata were made from related historical facts which explain the teaching of the 4 Vedas. There is no point in doubting the authority of the Puranas and Mahabharata as part and parcels of the Vedas. In the Chandogya Upanishad, the Puranas and Mahabharata, generally known as historities, are mentioned as the 5th Veda. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, that is the way of ascertaining the respective values of the revealed scriptures. Ribo wants to read the next one. Hare Krishna, Le Bohang Prabhu Danda Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Canto Prabhu, Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept number obeisances or glories to Srila.
Who wants to read this one? Saurabh Prabhu or Le Bohang Prabhu?
Yeah, Levang Prabhu can read. I will read later, Prabhu. First, Levang Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, I can also read.
Prabhu, can you just finish this one page? I just want to finish off quickly too.
ऋग्याजुः सामथर्वाख्या वेदश्चत्वार उद्धृता इतिहासा पुराणं च पञ्चमो वेद उच्यते. ऋग्याजुः सामथर्वाख्या. The names of the 4 Vedas. Veda, the Vedas. Chatvaraha, 4. Uddrita, made into separate parts. Itihasa, historical records. Mahabharata, Puranam, Cha, and the Puranas. Panchama, the 5th. Veda, the original source of knowledge. Uchyate is said to be. Translation. The 4 divisions of the original sources of knowledge, the Vedas, were made separately, but the historical facts and authentic sources mentioned in the Puranas are called the 5th Veda. So this is the verse 1:4:20. तत्रार्ग्वेदधरः पैला सममागो जैमिनिः कवि वैशम्पायन एवैको निष्णातो याजुसम्मुता. Tatra, thereupon, Rigvedadara, professor of the Rigveda, Paila, the rishi named Paila, Samaga, that of the Samaveda, Jaimini, the rishi named Jaimini, Kavi, highly qualified, Vaishampayana, the rishi named Vaishampayana, Eva only, Eka alone, Nishnata, well versed, Yajusam, of the Yajur Veda, Uta glorified. Translation. After the Vedas were divided into 4 divisions, Paila Rishi became the professor of Rig Veda, Jaimini the professor of the Sama Veda, and Vaishampayana alone became glorified by the Yajur Veda. Purport. The different Vedas were entrusted to different learned scholars for development in various ways. Atharvan Gira Shamasid Sumantur Daruno Muni Itihasa Purananam Pita Mero Maharshana. So here Sutta Goswami says, my father Roma Harshana. Atharva, the Atharva Veda, Angirasam, unto the Rishi Angira, Asid was entrusted, Sumantu, also known as Sumantu Muni, Daruna, seriously devoted to the Atharva Veda, Muni the sage, Itihasa Puranam, of the historical records like the Puranas, Pita, father, mine, Roma Harshana, the Rishi Roma Harshana, translation. The Sumantu Muni Angira, who was very devotedly engaged and entrusted with the Atharva Veda, and my father Roma Harshana was entrusted with the Puranas and historical records. Purport. In the Shruti mantras also, it is stated that Angira Muni, who strictly followed the rigid principles of the Atharva Vedas, was the leader of the followers of the Atharva Vedas. Taeta Rishayo Vedam Svam Svam Vyasannane Kada Shishyais Prashiyais Tachrishrair Vedas Desha Kino Bhavan They. Ete, all these, Rishaya, learned scholars, Vedam, their respective Vedas, Svam, in their own entrusted matters, Vyasyan rendered, Anekada, many, Sishyai, disciples, Prashishyai, grand disciples, Tatshishyai, great grand disciples, Veda, the followers of the respective Vedas, Sakina, different branches, Abhavan, thus became. Translation. All these learned scholars, in their turn, rendered their entrusted Vedas unto their many disciples, grand disciples, and great grand disciples. And thus the respective branches of the followers of the Vedas came into being. Purport. The original source of knowledge is the Vedas. There are no branches of knowledge, either mundane or transcendental, which do not belong to the original text of the Vedas. They have simply been developed into different branches. They were originally rendered by great, respectable, and learned professors. In other words, the Vedic knowledge, broken into different branches by different disciplic successions, has been distributed all over the world. No one therefore can claim independent knowledge beyond the Vedas. Ta eva veda durmedahir daryante purusharyatha evam chakara bhagavan yasah kripanavatsala. Te, that eva, certainly, veda, the book of the knowledge, durmedai, by the less intellectual, daryante, can assimilate, purushai, by the man, yatha, as much as, evam, thus, shakara, edited, Bhagavan, the powerful, Vyasaha, the great sage of Vyasa, Kripanavatsala, very kind to the ignorant mass. Translation. Thus the great sage Vyasadeva, who is very kind to the ignorant masses, edited the Vedas so they might be assimilated by less intelligent men. Purport. The Veda is one, and the reason for its division in many parts are explained herewith. The seed of all knowledge, or the Veda, is not a subject matter which can easily be understood by any ordinary man. There is a stricture that no one should try to learn the Vedas who is not a qualified Brahmana. This stricture has been wrongly interpreted in so many ways. A class of men who claim Brahminical qualification simply by their birthright in the family of a Brahmana claim that the study of the Vedas is a monopoly of the Brahmana caste only. Another section of the people take this as an injustice to other castes who do not happen to take birth in a Brahmana family, but both of them are misguided. The Vedas are subjects which had to be explained even to Brahmaji by the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the subject matter is understood by persons with exceptional qualities of goodness. Persons who are in the modes of passion and ignorance are unable to understand the subject matter of the Vedas. This is nice part. The ultimate goal of Vedic knowledge is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. This personality is very rarely understood by those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance. In the Satya Yuga, everyone was situated in the modes of goodness. In the mode of goodness. Gradually, the mode of goodness declined during the Treta and Dvapara Yugas, and the general mass of people became corrupt. In the present age, the mode of goodness is almost nil, and so for the general mass of people, the kind-hearted, powerful sage Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas in various ways so that they may be practically followed by less intelligent persons. In the modes of passion and ignorance. It is explained in the next shloka as follows. Text number 25. Stri Shudra Dvija Bandhunam Trayina Shruti Gochara Karma Shreyasi Mudanam Shreya Evam Bhavediha Iti Bharatamakyanam Kripaya Munina Kritam. Stri, the woman class. Shudra, the laboring class. Dvija Bandhunam, of the first of the twice born. Trayi, three. Na, not. Shruti Gochara, for understanding. Karma, in activities. Shreyasi, in welfare. Mudanam, of the fools. Shreya, supreme benefit. Evam, thus. Bhavet, achieved. Iha, by this. Iti, thus. Thinking. Bharatam, the great Mahabharata. Akhyanam, historical facts. Kripaya, out of great mercy. Munina, by the Muni. Kritam is completed. Translation. Out of compassion, the great sage thought it wise that this would enable man to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Thus he compiled the great historical narration called the Mahabharata for women laborers and friends of the twice born. Purport. The friends of the twice-born families are those who are born in the families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, or the spiritually cultured families, but they themselves are not equal to their forefathers. Such descendants are not recognized as such for want of purificatory achievements. The purificatory activities begin even before the birth of a child. And the seed-giving reformatory process is called Garbhadana Samskara. One who has not undergone such Garbhadana Samskara or spiritual family planning is not accepted as being of an actual twice-born family. The Garbhadana Samskara is followed by other purificatory processes, out of which the sacred thread ceremony is one. This is performed at the time of spiritual initiation. After this particular samskara, One is rightly called vice-born. One bird is calculated during the seed-giving samskara, and the second bird is calculated at the time of spiritual initiation. One who has been able to undergo such important samskaras can be called a bona fide twice-born. If the father and mother do not undertake the process of spiritual family planning and simply beget children out of passion only, their children are called Dvija Bandhus. These Dvija Bandhus are certainly not as intelligent as the children of the regular twice-born families. The Dvija Bandhus are classified as Shudras and the woman class, who are by nature less intelligent. The Shudras and the woman class do not have to undergo any samskaras save and except the ceremony of marriage. The less intelligent classes of men, namely women, Shudras, and unqualified sons of the higher castes, are devoid of necessary qualification to understand the purpose of the transcendental Vedas. For them, the Mahabharata was prepared. The purpose of the Mahabharata is to administer the purpose of the Vedas, and therefore within this Mahabharata, the summary Veda of Gita is placed. The less intelligent are more interested in stories than in philosophy, and therefore the philosophy of the Vedas in the form of the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord Sri Krishna. Vyasadeva and Lord Krishna are both on the transcendental plane, and therefore they collaborated in doing good to the fallen souls of this age. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. It is the first book of spiritual values, as the Upanishads are.
Swami Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
I can continue, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, you can start from next one. The Vedanta philosophy is the subject matter for study by the spiritual graduates. Only the postgraduate spiritual student can enter into the spiritual or devotional service of the Lord. It is a great science, and the great professor is the Lord Himself in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And persons who are empowered by Him can initiate others in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Ribo. Okay, Prabhu, you can read now. Thank you so much.
Ribu, yes, Prabhu, wait 1 second. Evam pravistasya sada bhutanam shreyasi divijaha sarvatma kenapi yada na natush yada yad hirdayam tataha evam thus pravritasya, one who is engaged in sada, always bhutanam, of the living beings, shreyasi, in the ultimate good, divijaha, O twice born, sarva atma kena api. Oh, Prabhu, I cannot see. By all means, yada, when, na, not, atushyat, become satisfied, hirdaya, mind, tataha, at that time. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yes.
O twice born Brahmanas, still his mind was not satisfied, although he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of all people. Purport: Srila Vyasadeva was not satisfied with himself, although he prepared literatures of Vedic value for the all-round welfare of the general mass of people. It was expected that he would be satisfied by all such activities, but ultimately he was not satisfied. Nati prasidat hirdaya sarasva tyas tate suchau vidarkayan vivikata staha idam kovacha dharmavid na not ati prasidat, very much satisfied, hirdayaha, at heart, sarasvatayaha, of the river Sarasvati, tate, on the bank of Suchau, being purified, vitarkayan, having considered, vivikta, staha, situated in a lonely place. Idam cha, also this. Uvacha said, Dharmavet, one who knows what religion is. Translation. Thus the sage, being dissatisfied at heart, at once began to reflect because he knew the essence of religion, and he said within himself. Purport. The sage began to search out the cause of not being satisfied at heart. Perfection is never attained until one is satisfied at heart. This satisfaction of heart has to be searched out beyond matter. Yo, Semi Prabhu, don't you want to do the honors with this one? Like the
Regular one,
only the sorry, Prabhu.
it's a regular one, you can chant it easily.
Okay, let me check. Dirta vratena hi maya chandam si gurvo gunyaha manita nirviyak likena gritam chanu shasanam baharat vyapadeshna hey amnayartascha prada rishtaha dirshyate yatra dharmadi stri sudradibir api uta. Still hard. Drita Vratenam, under a strict disciplinary vow. He certainly Maya by me, Chandamsi, the Vedic hymns, Guruvaha, Guru, actually it's Guru, right? The spiritual master, Agnayaha, the sacrificial fire, Manitaha, properly worshipped, Nirvyali Kena, without pretense. Grihitam cha, also accepted. Anushasanam, traditional discipline. Bharat, the Mahabharat. Vyapadeshna, by complication of. He certainly amyaya artaha, import of disciplinic succession. Cha and pradarshitaha, properly explained. Dirshayet, by what is necessary. Yatra, where. Dharma adihi, the path of religion. Stri Shudra adibihi. Stri Shudra adibihi. Api, even by women, Shudras, etc. Uta, spoken. Translation. I have under strict disciplinary vows unpretentiously worshipped the Vedas, the spiritual master, and the altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the rulings of and have shown the import of disciplinic succession through the explanation of the Mahabharata, by which even women, Shudras, and others, friends of the twice born, can see the path of religion. This is Vyasadeva, right?
Yes,
Okay, purport. No one can understand the import of the Vedas without having undergone a strict disciplinary vow and disciplinic succession. The Vedas, spiritual masters, and sacrificial fire must be worshipped by the desiring candidate. All these intricacies, how do you pronounce it? Intricacies of Vedic knowledge are systematically presented in the Mahabharata for the understanding of the woman class, laborer class, and the unqualified members of Brahmana, Kshatriyas, or Vaishyas families. In this age, the Mahabharata is more essential than the original Vedas. Tatapi bata me dahiyo, hey atma chaivatmana vibuhu, asampana ivabati, Brahma varchasya satamaha. Tatapi, although bata defect, me mind, situated in the body. He certainly atma, living being, cha, and ever even atmana, myself, vibhuhu, sufficient, asampanaha, wanting in. Iva abati, it appears to be Brahma varachasya. of the Vedantist Satamaha, the Supreme Satamaha. Translation: I am feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. Purport: undoubtedly, Srila Vyasadeva was complete in all the details of Vedic achievements. Purification of the living beings submerged in matter is made possible by the prescribed activities in the Vedas. But the ultimate achievement is different unless it is attained. The living being, even though fully equipped, cannot be situated in the transcendentally normal stage. Srila Vyasadeva appeared to have lost the clue and therefore felt dissatisfaction. Oh, Semi Prabhu, is it that reason why he actually wrote the pastimes of the Lord in
Yes, Prabhu.
depth? Oh. Kim va Bhagavata Dharma na prayena nirupitaha priyaha paramhamsanam ta evahe achutya priyaha. Kim va o Bhagavataha Dharmaha, devotional activities of the living beings, not prayena, almost nirupitaha, direct priyaha, dear paramhamsanam, of the perfect beings, te eva, that also he certainly, achutya, the infallible, priyaha, attractive. Sami Prabhu. I can go down, Prabhu. Translation: may this be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and the infallible Lord. Purport: the dissatisfaction which was being felt by Srila Vyasadeva is expressed herein in his own words. This was felt for the normal condition of the living being in the devotional service of the Lord. Unless one is fixed in the normal conditions of service, neither the Lord nor the living beings can become fully satisfied. This defect was felt by him when Narada Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. It is described as follows. Tasyaivam kahilam atmanam manya manasya kidayataha Krishnasya narado bayagad asramam prag udahartam tasya his evam thus kilam inferior atmanam soul manya manasya thinking within the mind hidayataha regretting Krishnasya of Krishna naradaha abhayagad Narada came there, ashramam, the cottage, Prague, before Udahartam said. Translation: as mentioned before, Narada reached the cottage of Krishna Dvaipanya. Is it Dvaipanya? Vyasa on the banks of the Sarasvati, just as he was regretting his defects. Purport: the vacuum felt by Vyasadeva was not due to his lack of knowledge. Bhagavad Dharma is purely devotional service of the Lord to which the monist has no access. The monist is not counted amongst the Paramhamsas, the most perfect of the renounced order of life. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Yeah, you can go down, Prabhu. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is full of narrations of the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Although Vyasadeva was an empowered divinity, he still felt dissatisfaction because in none of his work were the transcendental activities of the Lord properly explained. The inspiration was infused by Sri Krishna directly in the heart of Vyasadeva, and thus he felt the vacuum as explained above. It is definitely expressed here that without transcendental loving service of the Lord, everything is void, but in the transcendental service of the Lord, everything is tangible without any separate attempt at fruitive works or empiric philosophical speculation. Tam abhigyana ya sahasya Yo, Prabhu, how do you pronounce this? It has a lot of Chinese words inside. Pratyutayagatam. How do you pronounce it, Prabhu?
Pratyuttayagatam.
Yo, Munir, Puja Yamasa, Vidivam, Naradam, Sura Pujitam, Tam Abhigyanaya, seeing the good fortune of his Narada's arrival, Sahasa, all of a sudden, getting up, Agatam arrived at Muni Vyasadev, Pujaya Masam, worship Vidivat with the same respect as is offered to Vidi, Brahma, Naradam to Narada, Surya Pujitam, worshipped by the demigods. Translation: at the auspicious arrival of Srila Narada, Sri Vyasadev got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator. Purport, purport. Vidi means Brahma, the first created living being. He is the original student as well as the professor of the Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the line of spiritual disciplinic succession. He is the representative of Brahma, and therefore he is respected exactly like Brahma, the father of all Vidis regulations. So Prabhu, since he's the second one to get the knowledge, could we say he's the second born, or the Kumaras are still the second born from Brahma? Or let me say first born from Brahma.
So what is the question, Prabhu?
I was saying, could we say Narada is the firstborn, or is it the four Kumaras? But the Kumaras are incarnations.
Let's see. Yeah, the four Kumaras are the firstborn sons.
No, yes. But then those are incarnations, ne, Prabhu? I think they are also, because they came to teach the Brahman realization.
I don't remember which kind of avatars they are. Are they?
Sai, yeah.
I
Sai
think they're.
Prabhu, like, sorry.
Yes, Prabhu, you can say.
Who is like the father of Narada Muni?
I think it was mentioned, but I forgot. Oh, no, it's unknown, Prabhu.
Oh, it's unknown.
Life, in the previous, at least in the previous life, I think it was unknown when he was serving the sages.
Oh yes, he was serving the Bhaktivedantas. I remember
Yes,
that. And his mother was a maid, I think. So he was helping her mom to serve the spiritual masters, and that brought him. I think that's how he got his spiritual awakening, and his sins were
yes,
clear.
Prabhu. I think next life he's the son of Brahma.
Oh yes, yes, bro. After that, yeah, after his previous life, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, bro, I don't know.
The four Kumaras.
Prabhu, have you read about incarnations? Ne? You've already passed that part where they say the four Kumaras were the first, and then there's Varaha, and then the third,
Yes,
I
Prabhu,
think,
it was previous chapter.
the third one is
yes.
Devarash.
Yeah.
The third one is Devarash, and then the fourth is Narayana, and then the fifth Kapila. That one, did you read it?
Sai bro.
Last chapter.
Sai bro.
Yes, Prabhu.
This Narada Muni is like some kind of avatar or what? Means he's avatar or what? I can't understand. It's like some soul, some what is Narada Muni?
I think
He's
I think
empowered.
now Narada Muni can turn into anything he wants, ne? Since he obtained the highest devotional service.
Yes, Prabhu. He can go wherever he wants.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
But he was actually a normal
ritual
person
or
first.
What, Prabhu?
Narada Muni was a normal person, Prabhu.
He was
Before.
what?
A normal person, like he's not a god incarnation.
That's what I am asking, bro.
Not like normal
yes.
person, but he was first like serving the.
Yes,
he-
but then we just want to understand: is he like an incarnation of God, or is a demigod, or is just a person who worked himself to the
Yeah,
highest
yes,
devotion?
that is what I am asking. Yeah.
He's empowered, Prabhu.
It's like
Sorry,
Sakta
Prabhu?
Visa avatar, na, bro? Sakta Visa
Yes.
avatar.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's just like Vyasdev, na, Sai Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mm.
Because I only
Because
know
I
that
don't
he
know
also
anything, bro, about
he
Narada Muni.
actually
Narada Muni
Vyasadeva.
Sakya Vesa Avatar. Yes, Prabhu.
Actually, all that I know again is that he instructed Vyasadeva to actually compose and edit the Vedas, and so that he may divide it into 4.
Yes, Prabhu. The 4 Kumaras are also Sakya Vesha avatars.
Isn't it this direct incarnations? I thought they were direct incarnations, by
No,
the
they are
way.
Shakta Vesha avatar, Prabhu.
Oh, yes, yes. Because I remember there are also Leela avatars, and I forgot the others.
They are born of Brahma's mind.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu. Are they the ones that were naked and then they wanted to go to Vaikunta and then they were rejected at the door?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh,
Lord Brahma wanted them to populate the earth,
yes, yes, Prabhu.
But they wanted to be brahmachari, so Lord Brahma became angry.
Yeah, and then they walked the path of celibacy, like no woman, no marriage, things like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, I remember that one. And I think Prabhu Rashab Dev has 100 kids, ne? Or is it 1,000, 100 or 1,000?
I don't remember, Prabhu.
And the others were into sannyasi, and then I don't know what happened to the others. I think 10 chose sannyasi and became serious. They've mentioned him he's the 8th incarnation of God who came with the Varna Arsharam system.
Yes, Prabhu. This Rishabh Dev he's like Purna avatar. He's not Shakta Vesa avatar.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu. Now you can go down, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
We must stop asking confusing questions
He had
here.
100 sons, Prabhu.
Prabhu?
100 sons, not 1,000.
Oh, 100. Yeah, 100. But then I think his sons were very positive to Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Gandhari had 100 sons. It's like they were all evil and they were all killed by one person.
Mm. Did you read this one?
Send me, Prabhu. Yeah, I'll read now. I just want to say, will you be there Saturday, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because I'll be presenting Saturday. I'll be reading some small thing about Mahabharata
Oh,
in the
Haribol.
Zoom.
Oh.
Gora Shakti, Prabhu. So I want to send you the PDF, Prabhu, so that I can present it. Because I'm using a phone.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, this is last verse.
This is last verse. Oh, but and I already did the Sanskrit, ne? Yeah, remember.
Word to
But
word
then
also.
I want to check. Worship by the demigods. Word to word, I was actually in the middle, I think. But then I think I did the word to word because I can see there where they dislocated. Yeah. Okay, getting up. Pradu Yataya, getting up. Agatam arrived at Muni. Vyasadev. Pujaya Masa, worship Vidivat with the same respect as is offered to Vidi Brahma. Narada, to Narada. Surya Pujitam, worship by the demigods. Yeah, I think I did it. Translation. At the auspicious arrival of Sri Narada, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji the creator. Purport. Vidi means Brahma, the first created living being. He is the original student as well as professor of the Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the line. Yeah, I think I also read the purport. The line of the spiritual disciplinic succession. He is the representative of Brahma, and therefore he is respected. He is respected exactly like Brahma, the father. Ah, Prabhu, wait. Go up. The Brahma, like the father of all Vidis regulations. Similarly, all the successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected as representatives of the original spiritual master. You can go down, Prabhu. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, fourth chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Appearance of Narada. Jayam Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtotara Sata Shri Śrīmad-Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. This is the one that I know, Prabhu.
Okay,
So this
tomorrow.
chapter ended, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, here. You see here, I think it's Sukadev Goswami. He was running away from home because he did not want to be captured by Maya. He was going to the forest. There's Srila Vyasadeva. When he appears, the women hide themselves, and then Sukadev Goswami, the women did not hide themselves because he does not differentiate between women and male. He see one thing, you see. So
Yes.
the woman could feel Sukadev Goswami. So I think he was trying to go to the forest, and Srila Vyasadeva was trying to bring him back. But then until he heard the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam's messages, you know, and Srila Vyasadeva, I think he was a householder, right?
This is Narada Muni.
Yeah, Narada Muni and Vyasadeva.
Yeah, Narada Muni coming to Vyasadeva. Yeah.
I was not aware, Semi Prabhu, that even in Ramayana that Narada Muni appears actually.
Mm.
He appears and he actually guides Garuda. Garuda did not.
Prabhu, he goes around the universe like this.
He lacked faith, Prabhu.
Yes,
Like
Prabhu.
Garuda lacked
Moon is
faith
still
in
there,
Rama.
Prabhu.
Sorry,
Narada
Prabhu.
Muni is still there.
Killed who?
Narada Muni roaming everywhere, Prabhu.
Yeah, he's still there, Prabhu. He's going around.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
You know, sometimes he went when Prabhupada was here. Sometimes Narad Muni visited the temple and he came
Yeah,
to.
I heard this, Prabhu. Yeah.
No, I've never heard it. I've never heard the story, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Sometimes he came to Kirtan and Prabhupada said, "Oh, did you see Narada Muni was here?"
Narada Muni come
Oh,
to. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
you know Garuda, ne, Prabhu? The king of the eagle.
Yeah, Garuda. Is there?
Yeah, I think he lacked faith in Rama, like in those times. So he had to do some penance, you know, because I think he helped Lord Rama because he was bitten by a snake, you know. But then, you know, Lord Rama is just acting. I think it was just a part of devotional service, you know. He just know, like even Sita was never kidnapped actually. Sita was hidden with the fire god, something like that.
Yeah, yes,
And
Prabhu.
Ravan kidnapped Sita's shadow, you know.
Yeah, yes,
And
Prabhu, yes.
but then remember, Lord Ram knew that, but then he cried along the way. I was like, but then you already knew. Why are you crying? You know. So I was like, he's the best actor.
Yes, Prabhu.
He cries, but then he knows everything. The whole, even when Mother Kai, like he had a boon to take him to exile, 14 years. You know, and then Lakshman was so angry. I think Lakshman was not aware actually. He was not aware that Sita was not kidnapped. He only knew after the fight of Ravan because Ram knew that his purpose was to come kill Ravan. And Prabhu, you would I was like, I've never seen such demons, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
And then Indrajit, I don't know if you know Indrajit, Prabhu. Meghnad. He's actually
Yeah.
Ravan's son. He was the one who came back to Ravan after fighting with Lakshman. He was like, that is an incarnation of God because he trusted, what do you call this, Brahmastra? I don't know, is it the Pashupastra of Lord Shiva? And then the Vishnu, I think it's the disc, Sudasaran Chakra, something like that.
Yes.
he had those 3 weapons as his biggest weapons, and when he shot Lakshman, the arrow came back, and then like Lakshman, what do you call it? He bowed down to the arrows, and the arrow stopped and went back. So then he became convinced. He was like, "Oh, these two are gods." And then he went running back to his father. So his father was full of arrogance, ego, you know.
Hmm.
He still could not believe. But then when he died, he called Shri Ram. I was like, Ravan. But he's not like Duryodhana. Duryodhana is very annoying, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
You would laugh, Prabhu. I've never seen such a demon. I was like, yo, if you did not just oppose Lord Ram, you would be the best character. And I think Neil Prabhu is presenting too, Prabhu.
Oh, in Istagoshti or day before?
No, tomorrow. I mean Saturday. We are doing it on Saturday. It's just an informal.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay. Very nice. Yesterday I burned my face
How, Prabhu?
in the sun.
Oh, I'm thinking of cooking because you love cooking.
No,
Prabhu, you
Prabhu.
did not burn. You just gained some vitamins.
No, Prabhu, because I'm so white I became red like tomato and burn.
Oh,
It's actually dangerous, Prabhu.
it is.
Yeah, it
Because
damages the
actually,
skin.
I can stand in the whole day, Prabhu, in the
Yes,
sun.
Prabhu,
I'll only
because you
smell
have
like the
this.
sun.
Yes, Prabhu, you have this special type of skin, but I have a white tomato skin. If I go there, I burn and get skin cancer and everything. I have to live like vampire, Prabhu.
Oh, like you get skin cancers from the sun.
Yes, Prabhu. If it burns, then you get really easily skin cancer.
But then why, Prabhu? I don't
Hi,
understand. Like,
Prabhu.
Asmus.
What, Prabhu?
You can use those. You can use those cream, na, Prabhu. There are some UV protection cream or something like that.
Oh, the
Sunscreen.
sunscreen also causes skin cancer, so I'm not gonna put that. But only thing you can do is you don't go to the sun with this kind of body.
No, Prabhu, I've been humiliated ever in my life. I once applied sunscreen on my face and then I became blue. Like,
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
dark blue.
Why you? Why you do, bro?
It became
I was
like
actually,
Krishna
I went
color.
to school. I was actually in grade 9 and I went to school, Prabhu. Oh, people laughed at me because I did not use the mirror before I went.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Yes,
When
Prabhu.
I was in the sun, Prabhu, and then that was the last time I used sunscreen ever. Even when I swim or do what, I don't try out sunscreen
Yes,
because I
Prabhu.
don't know what.
They thought Krishna appeared to the school.
But then at the time, I did not even know of Lord Krishna. Not even spirituality, Prabhu. And I
And
think I still have that picture. They took a picture of me. They put it on Facebook. Hell, I was a laughing stock that day.
yes, Prabhu, please share it.
Even my teachers were like, "What's happening with you?"
Please share it, Prabhu. I will see.
Oh, you don't need sunscreen, Prabhu. Even if you go whole day, you can burn, Prabhu.
Yeah, but then our parents, Prabhu, apply sunscreen. The sun will burn you.
How can it burn?
Uh, Actually, Swami Prabhu, I read somewhere that actually European skin can get skin cancer. Prabhu, the
Yes,
risk is higher, Prabhu.
yeah, really easily. Australians get it also really much because they live in the sun always.
And we Indian are actually, Prabhu, neither dark, neither very fair. Means we are like middle kind of.
Yes, bro, but you don't burn in the sun. I went,
Yeah.
it was 18 degrees yesterday, Prabhu. 18 degrees. I was in the sun for 3 hours, maybe 2 hours, and already my face burned. Okay, I can show you. See now? It's still red.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. True.
It's kind of
So,
like my nose, especially.
mm,
It's kind of sensitive now. But yeah, the more you burn, the more risk there is for the
Oh,
skin
I did not
cancer.
see it, Prabhu. Where? I thought you shared your screen.
but where you went, Prabhu,
I was yesterday in Helsinki.
for
Helsinki.
preaching?
Yes, Prabhu. No preaching. I had to do some business things.
Oh, okay. Okay, Prabhu. Mm. Oh,
One,
Prabhu,
two.
your face is looking like reddish, Prabhu. Very reddish.
Swami
Yes,
Prabhu, you remind me of Money Heist when you speak of Helsinki. I know there was a famous character called Helsinki during the robbery, the heist robbery.
yeah, I've seen this movie, something like this.
It's actually a series. It came out on 2020 or 2021, showing
Ah,
us that what movies are doing. That was one of the best series I've ever watched of robbering a bank.
yes, Prabhu. I don't watch the. I've almost never watched TV or movies or anything.
Oh,
Oh,
Swami Prabhu is in my group. It's same Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
but Prabhu, you're still the same, Prabhu. I don't see that you've burned.
See, Prabhu. See my eyes? They're like white, and then my
Yeah.
cheeks are red.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I
Prabhu.
can see
Especially this right side, because I was like this, and the sun was coming from this side, straight here. But you
Swami
don't know.
Prabhu, you know albinos.
Yes, Prabhu.
Albinos, like in summer here in South Africa, they don't walk in the sun without an umbrella.
Yeah,
They are the
Swami
ones
Prabhu,
very sensitive.
I
Swami
forgot
Prabhu,
my hat.
if you come to India or even Africa where Lebang Prabhu, you
Yeah,
will
I
burn,
cannot.
Prabhu.
I don't know what I would do.
Yes, Prabhu.
I would have this.
We're gonna make it a
Yesterday,
special. We're gonna make
yesterday,
a special umbrella, Prabhu, that covers your face, head.
yes, Prabhu. Yesterday, Dipanshu Prabhu wrote that, oh, if you come to India, I don't know what we have to do.
The
Oh,
Tropic of Cancer went over here, Prabhu.
He
In
was
this
saying you will
India,
be deep
Africa.
fried.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, I think like vampire, you have to travel in night. Like going Vrindavan, Govardhan Parikram in night is the way.
but then Prabhu,
Yes,
that is the
Prabhu.
Asura time, Prabhu.
Yes, but I'm also like vampire. They will be like, oh, now the
Our
ghost and
friend.
vampires are coming.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhus, I have to go to the shop now.
Yes,
I'll be
Prabhu, we
leaving
need
you
to
guys.
end because
Thank
we
you.
are in live and the YouTube is listening to our things.
Oh,
Yeah, Prabhu, that is true, Prabhu.
thank you, Prabhus. Ish, now I'm not going to be able to read this, what do you call this? Shishastaka.
Oh, what is this? I'm at the wrong place.
Sai Prabhu, one thing you saw, like Jat Prabhu shared something that this Guru Purnima was like generally for Mayavadi people, you know.
Semi
Yes,
Prabhu, can I recite first and leave?
but Prabhu?
I was saying, can I recite first and leave like
Yes, Prabhu.
Cheto Darpan?
Yeah, please start.
Okay, I'll do maybe 2 or 3. Cheto Darpanam Marjanam Bhavamaha Davakni Nirvapanam Shreya Kaiva Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadu Jivanam Anandam Burdi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Ritasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vichayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpitanyamita Smaranena Kalaha Eta Trishitova Kripan Bhagavan Mamapi Dordaiva Metrishami Hygiena Nurakraha. Prabhu, let me do them all. You'll read the English. Oh, you also want to recite?
Yes, Prabhu, you can read.
Trinarapi Sunichena Taro Api Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtania Sada Hari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajagadishaka Maye Mama Janmanishware Bhavata Bhakti Ahituki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Kripaya Dvavapada Pankaja Stitaduli Satrisham Vichintaya Nayanam Galadashrudara Vadanam Gadgadarudaya Gira Pulakairina Chitam Vapukada Tavanam Grahane Bhavishyati Yugaitam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravishaitam Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahe Name Asis Leva Padaratam Pinastumam Adarshanam Marmam Hatam Karotuva Yata Tata Va Vidatulan Patomat Prana Natastusa Eva Narpana Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Haribol Prabhus.
Oh, thank you so much, Prabhu. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, bath after bath. His head is marvelous, bro. Just keep it on.
O son
Swami
of
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
No, nothing, bro. Read, Prabhu. Sorry.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Somehow or other, I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain. So even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me, he is completely free to do anything and everything. For he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Sri Siksastakam Joy.
Jai.
Joy. Jai.
Bahujanma kare yadi Shravana Kirtan, Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The offenses to the holy name are as follows. First offense, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master.
Blaspheme
Fourth
the,
offense, sorry, bro. No, bro.
blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in persons to the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth offense, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as putative activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense
Ninth
to
offense,
create
yes,
the
bro.
glories of the holy name. Sorry,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Tenth offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Very good.
Let us offer humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpataru
Pancha Kalpataru.
sindubhyam prapatitanam pavanebhyo vaidico namo namaः.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya
Ananta
kripa
Koti
sindhubhya
Vaishnava
paitanam
Jai.
pavanebhyo Vaishnava
Srila
namo namaः.
Prabhupada ki jai.